Be careful how you treat people. Be careful how you treat people. Can I tell you, when you find out that a man is close to many helpers and yet nobody's helping him, don't be too quick to conclude that the helpers are bad people. Ask questions. What happened? What happened? Why are you surrounded by people who can open doors for you and yet everyone ignores you? Could it be that you are reaping the harvest of the seeds you so gallantly sowed? Politicians, one day you will not be in that office. Men of God, whether Jesus comes or you meet him, in any case you are going to move. Father, mother, the baby you now treat anyhow will be the one to take care of you in old age when seasons change.
My name is Asitonka Agri Abba and channel is called Asi Darling because I'm such a darling. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Asi Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below, let me know, gang. Now, this is the time for international students to speak out, okay? We've had the government say their parts. We've had provinces react. We've had universities react. We've had specifically British Columbia react. And now students are reacting. So this series at this point is unending. All right, I'm going to put up a clip where a newscaster, of course, interviewed a student. The student is from Humber College. We are going to be discussing his points and what you think from the video, okay? So keep on watching.
The BC Premier has lots of thoughts on that cap on international student visas. So do the many students too. Upkar Singh is an international student at Humber College in Toronto, and I spoke with him a little bit earlier this morning. Upkar Singh, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, what was your reaction when you heard that the federal government was going to put this 2-year cap on international students in Canada?
Honestly, I thought about both the perspective of international students living in here and the perspective of the potential international students that were going to come here. So I think that it is beneficial for the students here because it will help in dealing with the unemployment issues and housing issues. But for the students that were going to plan to come here, they will probably switch to other countries such as Australia or UK.
Do you, when you came here, I guess it was 2.5 years ago, did you have trouble finding housing or getting accommodations?
Honestly, no, because I had my cousins here, so I had that support. But if you ask me about any other international students that come alone, most of them face these problems. So yeah, I think that I was lucky that I had my cousins.
But your friends, other international students, you know, they have struggled a bit with finding these kinds of services?
I think most of the time the college helps, but it is difficult to find accommodation when you come here alone without any support. Yeah.
When you see this conversation happening in Canada about international students and how it is putting a strain on housing, as you said, and other services, how does that make you feel as an international student?
I think international students are being treated as scapegoats again, because last time they said there was a labor shortage, so we are increasing the hours that international students can work, and that was again like using international students as scapegoats. Again, they are saying that the housing issue is due to international students. I don't think so, because they should have done their planning like few years ago. Sure. And now they are like suddenly changing the rule, and what is being done now should have been done like few years back, so there wouldn't be like so much issues. So I think that yeah.
I was just going to say, Upkar, sorry to interrupt you, that there is a feeling that some institutions, not all, some institutions are relying on international students' tuitions, which are much higher than Canadians, in order to pay for things or to make money. What do you make of that conclusion or observation by some people?
I think that the tuition has always been higher for international students. Yeah. Now that some institutions won't be eligible for giving the work permit to international students, and there has been like a huge decrease in international students, I think the tuition fees is gonna increase now.
I don't know if you know of other people where you're from who are thinking or were thinking about coming to Canada as an international student. What are you telling them right now about that, and what are their concerns?
I think My advice won't be like helpful because they have already, most of them have already decided that they're gonna switch their choice and they're gonna go to other countries such as Australia or UK, because when the rule about the working hours changed, there was like unemployment issues here. So there was everywhere on the news that international students are not able to find job and they're struggling there financially and mentally also. So most of them already switched their choice when they heard about this news, but the rest of them who were keen on coming to here, I think they will again, they will also like change their mind, because right now the GIC, like the payment and the amount of money you bring has all already like doubled. So
Yes,
I think they'll switch their plan.
Okay, Upkar Singh, nice to meet you. Thanks for your perspective.
All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So one of the things he said, of course, he was going to react from the point of the student living here, that's us, and then the ones that are looking to come. From students living here, one of the things, of course, we will notice, if they're going to put cap on admissions, visas, and all of that, is going to help, because the labor market is so saturated, especially here in Toronto. It is so saturated. We have immigrants, the PRO people, we have refugees scrambling for the same job, we have people that came to school and settled down, we have the citizens, we have a lot of people that left other provinces and moved here. So Toronto market is so saturated, the housing market is crazy, they outbid each other for small rooms and all of that. So when he talked about that relieving us, it's not like when simply because they'll stop bringing international students, all the job will suddenly be available. No, it's just going to reduce the strain it has on it. And then for those that are out looking in, it's going to be very discouraging. Like if you do not have so much money, you might not look at Canada as what's the gamble, because what is the point? Somebody had dropped a comment that, I mean, they paid so much money, one of her friends paid so much money and they've been denied the visa. It can be very, very heartbreaking. It can be a depressing thing. So some people that will not even try to gamble with the Canada route, they'll just go to Europe or go to other places to just know that at least they have minimal risk in terms of acceptance. UK says you won't bring your spouse. They know. Bam, that is you won't bring. The way the Canadian government goes about their announcements, it is quite depressing, because you can be sitting and chilling one day and they'll drop one bomb like out of nowhere. These announcements have a very bad impact on people's mind, especially knowing that you're far away from home, nobody's around you. Suddenly, government is saying your school doesn't have sense. Suddenly, government is saying that this is your school. In fact, you're not bringing spouse. People are asking, is it now it's starting? Is it September? Can I bring my husband? Why is visa not coming out? Like, everybody's always panicking for one thing or the other. And if for a country that has a lot of mental health problem, we shouldn't be doing that. Everything should have a sequence. These announcements should have like timeline. This projection should be made. If you know that you're packing students now, you project ahead of time. First, I feel like the reason it's so much of a shock is because I don't think Mac Miller called the stakeholders to a table. Like, who are the stakeholders? These schools. Have a meeting with the schools. No, you are off, you are off, you are off. I do not want, your program is looking shady. Let us, like, I feel like personally, even as somebody that has stayed in this country, the inability of people to be direct has a lot of impact. They feel like it's something that is less impactful. Like, we'll just come and say, those of you that are bad players. What does that mean? What does that mean? Call these people by name. Say, no, some of you are, and then this school is asking, is it me? Is it I? Is it me, Jesus? Is it me? Is it? Everybody's confused because you have refused to be direct, because you feel like if I'm direct, it will hurt their feelings. But what of the students? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So back to what he was saying. He said international students have been treated as scapegoats. And I 100% agree. Remember when there was labor shortage, guess who they increased their ability to work? International students. International students. You know, before we told the people that it's only 20 hours, and now you can work full time. We need hands. The moment the labor had balanced, I come again. I bear gifts. International students, we have gotten what we want. We don't need hands again. Go back. It's 20 hours again. We are joking. Again, they came back again and say, we think that let's go back. Let me give you people to April. And let me give you people to April. Let's go back. The number of times, even in this my short stay, the number of times that the work hours have changed, a lot of people were even surprised. I said, are you working full time? I'm like, the time I got the visa, they said I can work. Another person entered 1 month after me and they cannot work to full time. They have to work 20 hours. The next people that came after that person can work more than 20 hours. The next people that came, I get it. Even as somebody that has stayed here, I get it. It will do a number on your mind. The announcements and the way they bring it out, if you don't have somebody that is breaking it down for you, that is doing research, you too be doing your research. That's why they say when you're planning to come to Canada, you're in Canada, research, be drinking news, be doing research. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So that was one of the things he pointed out. And then he said the work cap affects the students, of course, because there's always this constant change. A lot of students will just reason and say, you know what, there's no point to go through all of this. It's the mind game that is called schooling in Canada is something else. So some people might not even want to take the risk. They will just leave. They will not even plan to come. Most people will just be like, see, first, we're starting with the India-Canada problem. A lot of visas have been dropping. Then the announcements about not allowing people to work. People are beginning to see, okay, if I take a loan, for those that they take loans in their country, if I take a loan and I'm working 20 hours, I will not pay. Another person is looking at it now, they've done cap, they've done this. Many people are definitely going to be deterred, okay? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to be adding a clip from CBC Calgary, where they did something of a town hall meeting. I'm just going to be picking some key points from their clip, and I know that it's going to help a couple of people. Watch and let us discuss.
Make of this idea of capping of international students.
It seems quite odd to see Mark Miller indicate any sort of concern when these are the policies that have been in place for many, many years. We've seen an increase in the number, a dramatic increase in the number of international students. International students contribute $20 billion to this economy. On the same side, we have provincial governments like Ontario and Alberta. They've dramatically decreased the funding to post-secondary institutions. That funding is now being made up by these international students. And so let's see what happens when you do this cap on international students, and you'll see Queen's University has a $48 million shortfall, in part due to a decrease in the number of international students there.
What would you say would be a good way forward?
What we need to do is we need to get the best of the best, and it'll be better for them, it'll be better for us. But a straight cap makes no sense whatsoever.
What people don't know was in 2008, Canada is giving more visas to temporary residents than those who have immediate permanent residency pathways. So we're creating a class of people that are permanently temporary, right? So and we're seeing some of the issues accumulate over time because of that. We are setting people up to vulnerability and being victimized by predatory stuff.
So some of the things they said there, of course, international students contribute 20 billion. And then provinces got to the point where they got lazy. They started doing, when the province is supposed to cut funds, they are cutting funds from post-secondary education. Like, how would I be coming from a third world country where they are cutting education budgets? And then I'm coming to a first world country and you're cutting education budget. So I don't understand what's going on in the world. Is our priority war or our priority is education? The moment you cut down education, where are the people going to get the fees? And now they got so used to charging these extra fees to international students. And they say, you know what? Since I'm a school, you're supposed to help me, you didn't help me. I'm going to just give many people admission. Let the onus be on you, who you give the visa. And if you give everybody visa, it helps me because I'm at the other end, I receive all the tuition. That was what, like, the immigration system ran amok, because those at IRUCC, they have been given a template. If the visa meets all these requirements, approve. So they keep approving. The government is there. Before you know, numbers are kicking them in the behind because there was no set pathway. There was no set system. A lot of students have even mentioned this particular part, which is that Canada pays a lot of attention to refugees and the people that are coming in, minus the students. Like, I know that they are temporary residents, but looking at students and the amounts they bring, 20 billion to an economy, more than some certain exports that the country is used to. If the student is bringing that, at least treating them well should be at the forefront. Let them get the experience that, oh, they went to Canada for school and it was amazing. So that when they go back to their countries, they know they left on a good note. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I feel like if you've gotten your visa already and you're coming in for this new set, please read though. Another thing I feel that is going to be happening is if BC is announcing that they're going to be making certain checks. In my previous video where I talked about the BC minister looking into the education, their courses and all of that. If you think you're coming here to play, I would advise you not to choose here, because schools are going to be more strict. Because this, I feel like every province is kind of hush on their numbers, because they know that if I say they gave me 500 and they gave you 300, you go back and fight Miller. Is it not? But at this point, they have to allocate their quota judiciously. And then if a school should trust you with one of their cap, please come here to study. Come here to study. And for those of you that have spouses, so that you can study well, you have to bring your spouse. And if you're planning to come to a college, you cannot bring your spouse. So you have to bring money. That's just the bottom line. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As we get more news, of course, I'm going to be letting you guys know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As usual, I remain your girl, Asi Darling. Please check out my other videos and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.